Hey everybody, my name is Josh Blackburn. I'm filling in for Ben today. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to play a couple songs for you. Wake up in the morning, love. Sunlight hurts my eyes. Something without warning, love. There's heavy on my mind. Then I look at you. And the world's alright with me. Yeah, just one look at you. And I know it's gonna be lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, yeah, and the world's alright with me. Yeah, just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. The day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face. Someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Yeah, just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be lovely day. Yeah, yeah. Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. 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 Thanks, y'all. My name's Josh Blackburn. I'm just playing for you. Doing one for Ben while he's on holiday. Never knew how much I love you. Never knew how much I care. Ready to put your arms around me. The fever that's so hard to bear. You gave me fever. You kiss me. Fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning. Fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime. Moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You gave me fever when you kiss me. Fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning. Fever all through the night. Well, everybody's got the fever. Something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing. Fever started long ago. Romeo loved Juliet. Juliet, she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, Julie, baby, you're my flame. He gave me fever when we kissed it. Fever with our flame and youth. Fever, I'm a fire. Fever, we can burn pursuit. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, Daddy, don't you dare give me fever. Kisses, fever when he holds me tight. Fever, I'm his missus. Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you listen to my story. Here's a poem that I made. Chicks are born to give you fever. Be it fair and not disintegrate. They give you fever. Kiss them. Fever when you hold them tight. Fever. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn.
with SketchUp's 3D Basecamp Fireside Chat series. Here's the lay of the land before we get started. If you run into choppy video or sound, click Get Audio Video Help down here and enable Compatibility Mode. You'll end up with a slight delay, but a buttery smooth stream. You can participate over on this side by asking our guest a question, answering the occasional poll, or just joining in on the chat. And in the middle, you'll see relevant links that'll change as our show goes along. Today's guest for the program is interior designer Kamila Lopes. And now, your hosts, Aaron Dietzen and Tori Hassan.
Awesome. Fun. Thank God. Oh.
You're a little echoey. We have two Aarons with us today.
That's too much. Hey, welcome to Fireside Chat. Welcome back. If you're returning, if this is your first time, it's a great time to jump in because it's going to be a fun show this week. So Fireside Chat is our webinar series where we take a little bit of education, we take a little bit of entertainment, we squish it together, and we sprinkle it with layout. See how we change that up?
Ooh, a little different this time.
We'll squish some SketchUp in the side, but yeah, this is gonna be fun because our guest today is gonna be showing us some layout tips and tricks. It's gonna be a good one.
Yes, she is. And for those of you that are joining us again, I'm hoping that by now you've all noticed that we like to get a little bit creative with these webinars. And we get our inspiration from a lot of different places, be it old videos that Aaron or team members have done from people like you or some of our other favorite presenters. And since today's theme is going to be interior design and design creativity, we wanted to know from you, where do you get your design inspiration? So take a look at our poll down below and let us know what your favorite source of design inspo comes from, be it the Property Brothers or Pinterest, wherever it is you go when you're looking for design ideas.
And it's always possible that you get inspiration from something that's not on the poll. That's always an opportunity to tell us more, and that's what the chat's for. So just head over to the chat wherever that is on your
wherever.
Yeah, I can't point to it because I don't know. It's yeah. I'm looking at me mirrored, but I think it's that way. Anyhow, yeah. If you have or type it in the chat. Otherwise, pick from the poll, and we'll review it in just a minute. Before that, though, let's learn a little bit more about today's guests, Tori.
Yes. So today we are joined by interior designer Kamila Lopes. She is coming to us all the way live from Brazil, which is awesome. I think there's a few of her friends and family and coworkers in the chat also from Brazil, so thank you all for chiming in. Kamila owns her own design studio called Projeto Expert, and she specializes in design documentation and 3D visualization. So she offers virtual and live trainings regularly. And so we are really excited to have her with us today because she is going to be taking us through how she creates a design mood board in layout.
That's going to be cool. We obviously love us some SketchUp on here, but we do love layout as well. And I think we don't get an opportunity to show it as often as we could. So this is kind of a cool chance to show that.
Yes, giving it a little love today.
Right. Hopefully everybody leaves inspired to get more layout in their life. Speaking of inspiration, see that was called a segue.
I see what you did there.
And Pinterest is the big one. I mean, that's almost 40% of people are choosing Pinterest, but we had some interesting responses in the chat as well. I mean, just what's around me seems to be a common opportunity to get inspired.
Yeah, a lot of travel and fashion inspiration. That's great.
Well, Tori, I feel inspired. Oh man, killing the segues to I don't want to say test, but check up with you because you are a newer SketchUp user. You've been using SketchUp for a while now, but you're still up and coming. So we figured this is a good opportunity to just see where you're at. So we're going to do a little bit of teaching Tori, which actually is it's testing Tori. So I have a couple questions I'm going to throw out, and we're going to see how Tori's SketchUp journey is coming along, see how many of these questions she can answer. You in the chat, feel free to help Tori out and throw up questions or throw up answers as I ask these questions.
Please do. I have no idea what he's going to ask me, so there's a very real possibility that I'm going to need the phone a friend option here.
That's right. There was a blatant refusal to do any kind of prep on this at all. It's I totally made up questions and she hasn't seen them. So let's start. So we'll start simple. What tool in SketchUp would you use if you wanted to draw a hexagon?
Well, I would probably grab the polygon tool.
That's right.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. See, this is not brutal. This is not mean. This is we're kind of. Yeah,
I mean, I've played enough of these games with you, Aaron, to know that we start easy and then it gets worse.
All right. Well, let's stay easy. What software would a SketchUp user use to generate a 2D plan?
Well, that feels like a trick question, but I'm going to say LayOut.
Very nice. All right, let's keep moving. All right, what extension would one use if they wanted to do some organic shape modeling?
Oh no, extensions. This is where you get me. I need some help here, guys. I spend all my time in SketchUp for schools.
There are multiple options for this. There's actually a couple of organic modeling extensions out there. So,
Joseph Kim is saying sandbox tool. Can I use that?
What's a half ding, half buzz? So sure, we'll take it.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see, yes, no, on that one. Okay. Tori, what tool would you use to generate a linear array? Native tool.
Native tools, linear array. And it's going to be more complicated than just copying it, isn't it? I'm going to say I would copy.
That's right.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
You use the move tool, yes, to create.
Okay, copy and then move.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a two-part answer. I had half of it.
All right. Now, up next, question number 5. How many clicks does it take to draw a torus using only native tools in SketchUp?
All right, this one, I'm going to pull it a thin air here and say 4.
We're looking for 8. 8 clicks, including
halfway there.
Selections of tools. It is 8 clicks, yeah.
Right. Having to go. Well, what if I were to use shortcuts? Does that count? Does that remove some clicks?
Shortcut, you still have to do 1, 2. You'd still be like 6. I'm sorry. No, absolutely not. No.
All right. I drew half a torus.
Yeah. A circle on the ground. That's something. All right. Final option here. Everybody see the chat stop because everybody's in SketchUp right now going 1. 2. Here's what it is. Circle tool, 1, 2, 3, draw first circle, 2 or 4, 5, draw second circle, select follow me tool, select path, select second circle. 8 clicks.
All right. I don't think I had enough time in the countdown to work through that. So
all right, a number. This is the one you have to get right. Otherwise, we just turn your camera off for the rest of the time. Okay. What is the best webinar series dedicated solely to SketchUp?
Fireside Chat. I could have picked any video series you've done, but this is my favorite.
That's right. Yeah. This was definitely, as of right now, the best one that we're on currently.
Agreed.
Hands down. Thanks
for the help, everybody. I really, that extensions one fully stumped me.
Awesome. So that was a quick test, quick quiz there for Tori, but you guys get to be part of this too. We'll have a little bit of a trivia coming up for you guys in about 30 minutes from now. In a few minutes here, we're going to bring Kamila up on stage. We're going to hang out with her, talk to her, play a little game, and then she's going to do her presentation on layout. And you're going to want to pay attention to each and every word she says, because as soon as she's done, she's going to drop a trivia question on you all. And if the first person who gets it right gets a prize, and let's talk about that prize right now.
Haven't decided what TV show that makes me feel like I'm on, but it's one of them.
Like the early 80s, late 70s, though, definitely. Yeah.
Something like that, old reruns. All right, today's prize is going along with the theme, our winner is going to go home with a copy of SketchUp to LayOut by Matt Donnelly. This is a fantastic resource for anybody who is looking for tips on how to better incorporate layout into their SketchUp workflow. And it is going to be delivered to you directly as an ebook, so you'll get it right away. Make sure that you're listening through Kamila's presentation and be quick on the draw to come up with the answer for that trivia question.
Yeah, that's good, and that is a good resource that just came out. Matt Donnelly does an amazing job with it. So if you're looking to get more layout into your SketchUp workflow, you got to have it. It's an awesome resource.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I think we're there. Let's bring Kamila up on stage. Welcome to Fireside Chat, Kamila.
Hello!
Hi, Kamila.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. It's a pleasure.
We're happy to have you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And just right off the bat, that is not a Louisiana accent you have there. You are actually calling in from Brazil.
Yes, I'm from Brazil, so my first language is Portuguese. So forgive me if I say something wrong in English, but I will try to do my best. So I don't know if there's anybody from Brazil. So, olá, Brasil.
This is when all the Brazil flags show up in the chat. Watch this.
Oh,
Next time.
yeah. Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, we've already got a couple.
I will say that outside of Tori saying your company name, we don't do any Portuguese. So you do better at English than we do at Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in Portuguese, we say projeto expert. I guess in English it's expert project. So, but it's projeto expert.
Did I get it? Was I close?
Yes. No, we say right.
Nice.
It was good. Excellent.
Tori's bilingual now. She's Canadian.
I was going to say, I am bilingual, but not with Portuguese.
Oh, was great.
Well, if it's okay, Kamila, we would start with a few questions. We have a few things that we were wondering about you. If you want to start it off, Tori.
Yeah. So we kind of always start with this, but I want to know, how did you get into interior design?
Well, I guess it started earlier because since I was a child, I loved so much to draw. So I tried to sketch all the rooms of my house. So I love colored pencils collections. For example, I have some examples here, like a sketch. I always have this one. And after that, in the beginning, I was in doubt which course do I have to choose, if it was architecture or interior design. So that was the time that I decided to start as a trainee in architecture firm. And I realized that I love this work. So work with decorated apartment, it's more than work with technical drawings. And we can make all their dreams come true for our clients. So that's it. I love work with this.
I love that we have this recurring theme in our guests where they do what they do because they like making other people happy or fulfilled.
Yes,
really
yes.
Theme.
I think that's fantastic motivation.
Yes, I guess we are like psychologists. We need to listen their dreams, all their wishes. So we always make we became more friends and we make emotional connections every time. So it's amazing to see all the room already decorated. It's like the program Extreme Makeover. So you can see everything done. It's amazing. I love this.
That's awesome.
Well, we had a poll up, and our viewers said that they like to pull inspiration from Pinterest a lot. Where do you find when you're don't have as much inspiration as you want? Where do you run to get inspired?
Well, this is a difficult question because I get all the inspirations from magazines in the beginning when I graduated. And nowadays we have so many sources to get inspired. So Pinterest for me is the best one. I love Pinterest so much for travel, inspiration, for fashion, for interior design, architecture, color, for everything. But I also like so much to be inspired from Instagram. And we have some websites like House. I don't know if it's correct to say House.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But for me, the best one is the Pinterest. For me, is the best.
I have to ask, because I know this happens to me all the time. When you go onto Pinterest for work, do you end up like looking up at the clock and realize you've been on Pinterest for 2.5 hours and you're like, oh but
that's it.
So, yeah.
Just down the rabbit hole.
Times. Oh, I don't know. You are always like this. So, oh, this is pretty. Oh, next. So I love
For her,
it.
it's actual work, though. If I do it, I've just lost half the day. You're accomplishing something.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's awesome. Good to know everybody in the poll has already found your favorite source.
Yeah.
Because if you use magazines, you have to collect. You have to be all the collections here. You to make collage. And you don't have to do this anymore. So with Pinterest, you can search on your tablet, on your iPhone, website, everywhere. It's easy.
I'm working on the go.
Yeah.
Do you, Kamila, so you do entire apartments or homes, but do you have a favorite room to design? Is there one that you get the most excited about?
A favorite room? Living room for me is the best one. Maybe, yes, because we can think about, because I guess we spend more time there, or maybe on a bedroom. I have it in doubt. I don't know. Maybe both.
I can
essentially or bedroom. I love to do both.
With what you were saying about, helping people happy, like I think there's something central about a family or about a home that's in the living room. So that makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense. Yes, that's it. And for example, here with the pandemic, it's so important to we spend so many times in our home with our family. So it's pretty, we need to pay attention about not only in the comfort, but also all the atmosphere of the place, all the senses behind all the objects and the furniture. It's more than that. So we need to pay attention about the light, all the textures, all the things. I don't know how to explain, but it's pretty necessary to look to another way for this place.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned the pandemic, and I don't know about everybody in the audience, but I definitely rearranged my house multiple times in the past year just to make it feel like something had changed.
Yes.
I was literally painting on my own walls. I mean, that's...
Yes, everybody, for example, had to work in a home office. So, like for example, this is my office, but I had to close everything and to start in a new room in my house to put all these things, all the computers and all the lights, to record all the classes. And I guess most of the interior designers and architects worked a lot in the pandemic
I bet.
Get everything ready.
Can't stop yourself.
Yeah, everyone needed a sudden remodel.
Awesome. Well, it's been fun talking, but we want to get into have a little fun now. So we're going to play a game with you, Kamila.
Oh, let's see. I'm ready.
It's going to be fun. You're going to enjoy it.
We promise.
Is
Emoji mood board.
Oh, emoji. Okay.
all right.
Awesome.
So the way this is going to work is we are going to present on the screen an emoji. Then we're going to put up a couple of pictures, and all you have to do is pick the picture, number 1 or number 2, that you think you personally feels like, embodies that emoji. Make sense?
Makes sense, yes.
All right. So we have up our heart eyes, our love emoji. So which room do you think ties in with this emoji? So we have option number 1, and we have option number 2.
Number 1, it's perfect. So comfortable.
Perfect. I'm not an interior designer, by the way, at all. But I figured this feels clean and nice, and I thought you would like it.
So clean. Well.
All right, moving on. Now we have the star eyes. We're looking for something fabulous. So we have option number 1 or number 2.
I don't know. Maybe number 1.
All right. I think you got the hang.
These are looking like you took photos from some of my college apartments, Aaron.
Number 2 is just flipping through Tori's Instagram. Yeah. All right. So to get these emojis, we did poll the Fireside chat team, and everybody threw in their favorite emojis. So some of these are a little weird, but somebody had the ghost emoji as their favorite. So when you're thinking of ghost, which room best represents that emoji? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2, exactly.
That's right.
Oh, terrible. Oh, my God.
That's rough. I don't know what happened there, but
it looks haunted. That's a good guess.
All right. So up next, somebody had the freezing. So if we were to design a room, maybe a bar around freezing, would you go with option number 1 or option number 2?
I like beaches, but it's number 2.
And again, my job was to take the emojis that I was handed and find rooms for them. So yeah. So the next one we have is the dizzy eyes. So here we have option number 1 or option number 2.
Number 2.
You're nailing it.
But the number 1, it's a little bit crazy, but all the colors.
Hardwood floors and red sofas. It's yeah, that's a thing. All right. I think everybody has used this emoji in the last year multiple times because this is how we've all felt as we walk around with our masks on. So mask emoji, not just, we're going to reclaim the mask emoji from COVID with room number 1, which is a clean room. So that could be the mask thing, or number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, probably so. All right, getting there. A couple left. I may have said this is one of my favorite emojis. I don't know who put this up, but we were skirting what was appropriate with this. Would this be appropriate for this emoji? That tile work, it's overwhelming.
Maybe.
But
you can use both if you drink a lot.
Either one works in that case. That is just so much little tile for a small bathroom. It makes me dizzy. Okay.
Yes.
Last 3 questions. So here we did have the alien emoji. So we had a couple options here. Go with the stars, right? Or maybe we just add a nice wall sticker and have this.
Oh.
That is so creepy.
This is like a nightmare.
You mean you wouldn't want to wake up to that?
Oh my God, both. It's terrible.
It's a real product. Somebody is selling these things.
My God, look at this room, the second one. It's terrible.
All right, last 2. So we have the skull and crossbones, which a lot of times we associate with pirates. So we had to come up with a couple of piratey themes. So we have, number 1 or number 2? Number 2, pirates is written on the bedspread.
The number 1 is so good. So decorated.
I think it was actually a Disneyland
Like
hotel
Disney.
room. All right, last one. Somebody really liked the clown emoji. Not a fan myself, but which one of these looks more appropriate for a room with a clown? Number 1, or hey, who messed with my layout file? That's not appropriate. That's.
I guess it's number 1 with you in this room.
Great job. That was awesome. Yes, you did it. You emojied, properly assigned emojis to rooms.
Mm-hmm. It was 100% success rate.
Here.
Yep.
Amazing.
Okay, Kamila, I think that it's time for us to hand the floor over to you to present. But just before we do, I want to remind everyone in the audience to keep an eye on the Ask a Question box as Kamila's presenting. If you have a question for her, then type it in down there. If you see a question in that box that you want the answer to, remember to upvote it and pay attention while Kamila's presenting, because we're going to be coming at you with the trivia question right after she finishes. That's
right. So now we will hand it over to Kamila, who's going to teach us how to design a mood board in Layout. Take it away.
So today I'm gonna focus on creating mood board and concept modeling using isometric view and perspectives for a customer in Layout. So this is just a curiosity. So I live in a city called Goiânia. I live in the middle of the country from Brazil, South America. And here in my state, we have so many ecotourism activities. So I spend a lot of time in front of a computer. So if you like to contemplate the view, to relax and recharge, here you will find beautiful waterfalls. I like so much to go hiking, mountain biking. So this is a little interesting to show to you of my country. So I'm the owner of Projeto Expert Studio. I teach students and designers how to project using SketchUp and LayOut. And I also work with 3D visualization and design documentation. And for 10 years, I've worked as an interior design and architecture firm, detailing projects for a construction company. And I also work as a consultant, customizing projects for residential and corporate furniture. Here I separate some samples of my work. So I only use SketchUp and LayOut to work since the beginning of my concept design. So you can create, model, render, detail, and make all your design concepts here using this stunning program. So I love to use all these volumetric studies. This is some examples that I show in my social media, like Instagram. So I love the quality of these images. So this is not this is a non-realistic render. This is native from SketchUp. So I love this so much. So let's see how we impress your client using this stunning program. So here we are on Layout. I separate some tips to explain to everybody. First, this is a cover page. For create a stunning concept design, you need to be always visual. So show your style and your identity since the beginning when you create like a cover page. So I like so much to humanize my presentation. So be creative to make people understand what would you like to propose to them. So as I said before, we need to project and understand people. So when you work with volumetric views and all the perspectives and renders, all these things, we enhance our sensory perceptions and we make all emotional connections. So for me, this is the best one. To create this cover page, it's pretty simple. I separate some examples to explain to you. You can import your scene from SketchUp, or you just import a scene, a PNG image. This is a section. I only draw. You can use the line to draw around the section, and then select all of them, right-click, create a clipping mask. So this is so fast. You can use geometric shapes, native tools like scrapbooks and PNG images. So when you import a PNG image, don't forget to remove the white background, right? And I also create all my scrapbooks. So it's pretty easy to do this. For example, to draw a cloud, I use the freehand. So you just need to draw around like this. And then you select, you can turn on the fill, change the color by this. You can turn on, you can change the opacity, turn off the stroke, and it's done. So you just need to put into your, for example, I don't like this color. So you just need to match the properties like this, and it's done. Wow. So fast.
Awesome.
I love
fast.
So I should point out, it's something you said, I didn't want to interrupt, but you probably have noticed, everybody watching, the very distinct style of the imagery that you've been throwing up. And that was that is what caught our eye on Instagram, is this very illustrative style. And it's amazing how quick you develop that inside Layout.
Yes, it's so easy to do. So this is, I use just native tools, and we need to be creative all the time. So that's the point. And I always get inspired on Pinterest. So that's it. Another thing that I would like to explain, I also, I create all my, I always save my own scrapbooks. So, and you can find the native scrapbooks here. For example, we have trees elevation. So you can find, you just need to click, hold and drag, and in your presentation, and you can change the color for green one, change the opacity. You can import a 2D CAD block, for example, if you have one. You just need to resize like this. I will delete this. And then change the arrangement, send to back. So it's done. So use all the geometric shapes to do your presentation, and I guess will be the good idea to do this. So let's talk about the best part. So to create a mood board, mood boards, it's part of the preliminary study. So again, be creative to compose your presentation. Always select reference images to show the concept of your project. So go to Pinterest, find beautiful images to use in your presentation. Go to 3D Warehouse, find beautiful furniture to use in your 3D modeling. We need to be visual, always visual, because we need to project in a way that people everyone can understand what would you like to do. So this is an easy way to do this. To start, I always use in my mood board a layout study, and I apply a new style, for a technical plan. I apply a new style like black and white. You can turn on the shadows. You can change the sun position. It's so fast and easy to do this in SketchUp. And it's pretty important to identify all the furnitures. So I create labels for the furniture and the finishes, for example. To do this, you can use the circle and a letter like this. So you just need, for example, to align vertically and make a group. And then put it in your layout. Also, another idea you can use is to create your own label here. You just need to click, hold, and drag is a curved label, and write. You can customize everything. It's so easy. You just need to select, for example, a dash one. You can change the line thickness, the color. So you can change the text, all the things. So it's so practical. Again, I created my scrapbook. Look like a brush stroke, and I choose a different title for this. So this, you can save everything. So I have my own template here like this. So it's so fast. For example, you just need to click and drag all the time. So for me, it's perfect.
So you do spend a lot of time. I mean, you're prepared.
Yes.
Notice when you put your text in there, it already went to the magenta curved line. You have your template set up.
Yes, it can help a lot, because if you have already done all your template here, all your scrapbooks, you just need to click and drag. So for example, for my test, so click and use, match the properties, for example, like this, click, and it's done. So it's too fast to do this. So it's pretty important to save your own style. So I have everything here, all my dimensions, all the labels, all the text, all my symbols here. It's so important to have the tables, everything.
Mm-hmm. When you're using your own templates, how long does it generally take you to put together a page like this?
Yes. Another idea is 3D warehouse is amazing, right? Mm-hmm. So when you are in 3D warehouse, try to use furniture similar to the reference images, because you can use in your layout study, and then you can use in your collage. So always use a PNG image, and again, remove the background. And you don't need to go to Photoshop. I use this website, remove.bg, remove background. So you just need to use to hold and drag the image there, and it's already done. It's so fast, and for me, this is the easy way to work. This is pretty important to pay attention about it. So it's essential to separate all the finishes that you use in your project. So always use seamless textures and good quality images for your presentation and when you model everything on SketchUp. So for my presentation, you can, for example, I use a circle. I will copy everything there. And you can select both, right click, look how fast it is, clipping mask, and then clipping mask. I love clipping mask.
Yeah, I can see that.
Watching you use it, it makes sense.
Oh, it's so funny to use. It's when I discovered this tool, I was, oh my God.
Well, I mean,
it's so useful.
And I think people think they have to go spend time, like you're saying, in Photoshop and go.
No, you can do this.
But yeah, it's just super quick.
Super quick, yes. And again, another thing, it's for me, it's perfect. It's so handy. You don't have to waste your time aligning everything. So you just need to select all the images, right click, align. horizontally, and you can space everything with the same, for example, space horizontally, and everything will be in the same distance. And you, again, for example, if you need to resize everything, and you can match all the properties like this, and done. So it's so flexible to work with this program, right? And again, I always use to identify all the furnitures and finishes, the labels. Important thing is that I always write a test and all the specifications in the test, and create a group, and then you select everything like this, right click, align. I will change the option. Let's see how I will use left and space vertically. That's it. Ta-da! So this tool you can use like a shortcut here. I create the toolbar, all the shortcuts button, because it's better to work in a day.
That needs to be a feature in every program that allows you to make text boxes or import imagery.
Yes. And to conclude, this I always use this in my social media. I love so much to work with isometric views because you can show the whole room, right? So you can customize your presentation by using a flat human vector. I love to use this idea. I inspired this when I was on Pinterest in my researches. So I loved so much. So I guess this is my identity. I try to find a picture similar to my client to show them, oh, I was thinking about you in this place. So could be nice. So and you can create scenes to show the details. So this is some perspectives that I did. So scenes that I saved in SketchUp and imported. So let's see how it works. So again, I created my own labels, customized labels, and curve it. So it's easy to do this. To find this, people always ask me where I can find this. You can go on Pinterest, but this website, studioalternative.com, it's perfect, this website. You can find free samples to use in your presentation, but they have packets to buy, and it will be a good idea to use in your presentation. And if you Google it, write flat human vector PNG, and again, remove the white background. To conclude, look, this is my office. I always use this style. This is the quality of the image is perfect. And again, if you pay attention about the quality of the texture, the seamless texture, it's essential to be focused on it. No, don't forget it. And to create these perspectives, for example, a tip, I always turn on the shadows and change the sun position like this. It just seems like all the lights are turned on. And to export this PNG image from your scene, you have to pay attention about the size of the image. So when you are in SketchUp, don't forget to change the size image for 4000 per 2000. And the line thickness will change everything. So I always use 0.25, right? And again, in the beginning, I don't use photorealistic render. I always use this like a draw. It's look like more artistic. And to finish, I use again a geometric shape. And then clippy mask. Clippy mask.
worthless.
And like this. And we need to align everything. So I will change, for example, like this, vertically and space vertically. And to conclude, this is the expert tip because here in layout, we can't do the shadows, external shadows. So how can I do this? It's pretty easy to do this. So let's see. I only use the line. So you can draw, I don't know what's happening, but you can see like this. Oh my God, let's see. I guess.
This is just what happens when you decide to demonstrate software live. This is just
Oh my God, that's right.
Every time. It's not you, it's the law of live demos.
That's right. It's just how it works.
Oh, it's right. It's okay. So you just need to draw around the perspective like this. Select. Go here, for example, I will choose for this one. Here I will put 10. Like, oops, like a white, like a gray one. And you can change the opacity and down the line.
Oh,
very cool.
Your
vignette
this
has
is
a little
an expert style.
That's right.
And again, you can.
I mean, it's that little bit of extra detail that it's punched and it sets. I mean, it's not something I would have picked out that you had added to it, but now that you say it, like, yeah, it does. It makes it look better. It makes it look like it's a real vignette sitting in real space. That is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can do this the same with the circles. For example, I just used the arrangement. This is the same idea. You can use this tool because most of the people they don't know that. So you can move the snap. I don't know if it's snap. I don't know the name, right? Mm-hmm. But you can copy here, and I will multiply twice like this. And just change the arrangement, sending to back, and it's ready.
Okay, I'm taking a note down, and I'm totally making a skill builder of this. Inspired by, not stolen from Kamila, inspired by.
I did say we get inspiration from our favorite presenters, so that's what Aaron's doing.
And to finish, just use the mesh properties to click here, and that's it. Did you like it?
Yes. That's awesome.
It was so cool.
I was taking notes. It's green. It's the same. You can see here. I wrote a note right there about some good stuff. Oh, dang. Cool.
Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing that.
I just want to point this out. So we're gonna take a few questions, but first when we were yesterday or Monday, we did kind of a run through, and Kamila had said something. She didn't say it during her presentation. She goes, people just don't know, or they don't use it, and I don't understand why people don't use layout. Like, it was totally like ridiculous. So I mean, I can see if you get that kind of results out of it that quick.
I fell in love for this program since the beginning because, oh my God, it's so handy. It's a powerful tool. And here in my country, I don't know around the world, but here in Brazil, my friends, they didn't know nothing about layout, and most of the people delete this program. So, oh my God, what is this? So they only use SketchUp for volumetry studies. So when all the people discovered that you can do everything using a single program, it's something amazing because we always use AutoCAD or Revit, CorelDRAW, Photoshop, PowerPoint. So we spend a lot of time. So,
and it's all right there.
Hey, it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Right, so we are going to get into some Q&A questions, asking your questions of Kamila. But before we do that, Kamila's going to ask a question. So hopefully you're paying attention, because we do have an opportunity for you to win SketchUp to LayOut Volume 2. And right now, Kamila's going to ask a question. So be the first to answer. Kamila, do you want to go for it?
which tool do you use to cut an image in a geometric shape?
Oh,
That's so, I don't know how to, the first person that had the
name of the command.
Actual tool name is Trevor Rediger. You guys said that right? Because we had a couple people that changed the name a little bit, but the actual tool name was Clipping Mask. Kamila mentioned it a few times, and she showed us a couple of times. But congratulations, Trevor. You are going to win a copy of SketchUp to LayOut by Matt Donnelly. To claim your prize, you need to send an email to our team at events@sketchup.com. They'll put that address in the chat. Just send them your name and the episode number, and they will get you set up with your prize. Congratulations.
Awesome. Great job, Trevor. So we're going to go ahead and ask some of your top questions via the Q&A. Or ask a question down at the bottom. I'm sorry if you did type something. We saw a couple of questions went by in the chat. We don't have. It's hard to keep on top of the chat, and it's not infinite for us. So older questions disappear, but it's not too late to drop them into the ask a question field. If we don't get a chance to get to your question, you still want to ask. A reminder: Kamila will be going live on Instagram right after this session, so you can go follow her on Instagram and take part in that, and potentially get your question answered over there. First question, and it's generally the number one question. How did you decide to use SketchUp for your design process?
When I worked in an architecture firm, we used SketchUp just for volumetry studies. So it's an interesting to say that first. It's curious because we used to print out all the perspectives and then put another paper on it, redraw and colored everything to look to look like a hand drawing, because in 2008, 2009, we didn't know how to use photorealistic render because our main program was AutoCAD. So this is the way that we could do it at this time. So after that, for a long time, I decided to work by myself as a freelancer. So I worked with 3D visualization, worked with V-Ray and all these things. But when I was in Instagram, I found Nick Sonder.
Nick Sonder, yeah.
Nick Sonder, yes. I was, oh my God, is that real? We can do all these things on layout? Is that true?
He does. He pushes layout, yeah.
Yeah, so I fell in love with all these tools, and I studied a lot for a long time. I was focused to work just with a single program, and that's it. I fell in love with this program because we can do everything. Look, a presentation, a project detailing. You can create your Instagram portfolio. You can do everything. And it's fast, and it's a user-friendly software, right? For me, the best one.
We think so.
I don't know how to use another software. I only use SketchUp and LayOut to do everything.
Oh, that's awesome. And now your Instagram page is inspiring other people.
Yes. It's I'm so happy to hear that. And it's interesting that people send messages, oh, I'm your fan. Oh, really? So this is interesting.
That's great.
Yeah. I think we've got time for one more. Actually, this is from our own teammate Goose. He was wondering how important 3D Warehouse is for you when you're designing.
I spend a lot of time in 3D Warehouse, like Pinterest. So a lot.
You should have. What if we could use that as a tagline? SketchUp's Pinterest.
There you go.
That's it. But we need to pay attention. We have to consider a good quality modeling, right? Because we have good design there. So, and we have tips to find to have a good research to find all the furniture. So 3D Warehouse, it's in my heart.
It's way better than modeling every piece of furniture you want.
Yes, it's so fast.
For sure.
Exactly.
I think that's the answer Goose wanted too. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good taglines here. Got some good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, we have lots more questions, but unfortunately don't have lots more time. This was awesome. I mean, anytime we get to show layout, I love it, but I think inspired is a good way to put it. Like, I want to up my layout game after watching this for sure. So
yeah, me too. Thank you so much for teaching us that and for joining us today, Kamila.
You're welcome. To be recognized by SketchUp, it's unbelievable for me. So I'm so thankful to stay here with you guys. I'm so happy. I will never forget this event. So this is so important. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
I'm glad. From the sounds of it, our audience won't forget you either. You have a lot of fans.
Very positive.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kamila. And we will see you on Instagram in a few minutes.
Bye-bye. See you soon in my Instagram. Bye-bye.
Wow.
That was awesome. I'm going to go open up layout after this.
Yeah. Next week, we'll quiz Tori on layout. So this will be good.
All right. I'll study to prep for it. In the meantime, all of you hop on over right after this episode finishes to go join Kamila on her Instagram. The link is down below. And make sure you come back and join us next week when we are going to be talking urban planning with our architectural illustrator guest, JJ Zanetta.
That's right. It's going to be a good one. And until next time, remember, don't uninstall layout.
Just don't do it.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to come back next week when we talk to architectural illustrator JJ Zanetta. Right now, pop over to Kamila's Instagram page to chat with her live. Thank you for watching the Fireside Chat series.